Hi, I'm Kira.
And I'm Tara.
I hope you like conversations with no rules.
And unfiltered thoughts.
Do you think female friendships are important?
Yeah. Actually, first of all, I'd like to say Happy Women's Day. Women's International Day. Yeah.
Happy Women's Day.
Yeah, Happy International Women's Day to all the women in our lives, to you and to everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I do think it's female friendships are important. Do you think they're important?
Yeah, I think female friendships are really important and they've shaped a lot of how I see the world. And honestly, like, there's so many moments in my life where I don't think I could have gone through without female friendships. But why do you think that is?
For me, I feel like with friendships, female friendships like create some sense of like tribe. It's like you have like your people, and it's like, especially when you have like very, very close, like a close knit of female friends, it's like they act like a buffer, especially like during difficult situations. They're always like gonna be there for you. Like they're always gonna be like your ride or dies. So it's more like, female friendships are important.
Yeah, absolutely, because I feel like I have both. I feel like I have male friendships and female friendships that I would be close to, and I feel like they bring different things. And I feel like with female friendships, there's so many moments where I've been so thankful to have that person in my life, because I feel like they've always been very empathetic and always listening, or if they have a problem, they always come to you with the problem.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like you can relate experiences, and I think that's also a really big thing, is that like a lot of females have very similar experiences.
Yeah.
And they can relate with each other, so it's kind of like almost the same thing as if you come from like different countries or something, like you can relate to somebody from your country different to how you could relate to somebody else. Same with females, you can relate to their experiences different to other people.
Yeah, 1000% I agree. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite memory with a female friend?
Yeah, I actually do. This happened last year. Like the first memory that's come to mind, of course, is the one like I can. So I had gone back to Kenya, and it was like a year and a half before, like since I came to Turkey. So it had been a year and a half since I went back. And like when I went back, we had planned, like my friend and I had planned to go for this performance. Like it was, I can't remember what it was about, but it was like we randomly, like in the crowd, met one of our favorite musicians, like Kenyan musicians. And like, I just cherished that day, because it's just like, despite like meeting our favorite musician, it's like the quality time we spent, like just getting drinks, having a good time, like catching up. And it's just like, it's like when when you go back home and it's been like a long period of time, and you don't know if like you'll still have the same energy that you had like at that time when you are still like most of the time spending time together. It was like, it felt really special for me. It's just like one of those, it's like, wow, like we're still close, like we might have lost the time, but like the friendship is still there.
You have the same connection.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you just made me think of something. Like, so I have one very close friend from when I was in school, and I think we met when we were like 11 or 12. And just like these small moments, I just remember, like, because I've been living away from home for 5 years, so when I go back, sometimes we just go for drives and we go to McDonald's or something.
Oh, nice.
Do you have McDonald's drive-through in
We have KFC drive-through,
Okay, yeah.
Oh, I miss KFC.
Yeah.
I miss home KFC. Yeah.
I miss drive-throughs.
Yeah, I mean, there's such a vibe. They're actually really such a vibe.
You just go in the car and you hang out with your friend and you order food and you just eat it in the car and chat. But actually, like, it is one of the nicest experiences when you can go home and just like have that same connection with a friend.
Exactly.
And I feel like I don't know about other people, but I feel like, well, my best friend from when I was in school was a female, and I feel like maybe I just bond more long term with females.
Yeah.
But I would say like my favorite memory of having like female friends or a female friend was when I was living in Spain.
Yeah.
At one point there was three of us maybe, three girls living in a house together, and there was one girl who stayed over all the time, so basically four of us. And at one point my friend was also living on a mattress in the apartment, so there was basically five of us girls living together. And we would just have these like, we would watch this TV show together. It was like a Spanish TV show, we watched it in English, but we used to just like be like, okay, it's tonight, like we're gonna all sit together on the couch and watch it tonight, every Tuesday or something. And we just sat there and we watched a TV show together, and that was one of my favorite experiences because we all bonded over like how much we loved this like
show, and like just catching up and like commenting on what's happening on the show and everything. Everyone giving their own perspectives and stuff.
It was a really nice memory because it almost felt like family to me. It was really nice.
Because even for me, like the friend I'm talking about, it's like, you know, those friendships that you don't see even coming. It's like, it's crazy because you were in the same uni, like the same undergrad, like in the same class, but we never talked. Until like after we finished uni. We finished uni. We started our internship, and then like during the internship is when like we met because we were in the same office, and then we started talking, and it's just like we just vibed. She yapped, I yapped back, and
why do you think it's all about yapping?
It's always about yapping.
I love it. So why do you think you never became friends before that?
I mean, the thing is, our class was a huge group of, like, we were 200 people in a class. So it's just like everyone had like their own group of friends, either from like how they were from high school or like how they bonded from the first day. It's just like everyone bonded differently, so it's just like our groups never interacted as much like at any point, so it's just like we never got the chance to be friends at the time.
So you went to a big university.
I did. I did. And you know, because a male-dominated field, it has like more men than females, but like
that must have been hard though. I had the same experience. I found university very hard when I started because it was also the same thing. There was 500 people in my year at the start, and for me that was a lot because I went to, like, I'm from a small village, so there was a lot of people. And actually there was one girl I met on my very first day of university, and we even have a picture together.
Oh, that's cute.
It was really cute. It was like the two of us sitting in this, like, it was like a really big chair. Like, it was massive, and we were like eating ice creams. But we actually, like, I think we met like maybe once or twice in the first 6 months. And we didn't become friends until like February the next year because we went on a trip together, so. But she's become one of the most important people in my life, so.
Shout out to them.
Amazing.
You know who you are. You know who you are.
You better be watching this. I hope you are. And I just want to mention one more. I was thinking I have like one memory, but now I'm just like, there's so many.
If you're bombarded by their memories.
There's so many people who've like really, really like kind of like touched my heart in my life. And another experience is like recently I was having like a situation, and one of my friends, and she lives in London, and she was just like, okay, like I will come over. Tell me when you want me to. I will come over and visit you.
Oh, that's
like all the way from London. Like
that's cute.
Like as soon as whatever happens, I will come over and visit you and spend time with you to make sure you're okay. And I was like,
that's sweet. That's actually really sweet.
And I think the best part of it is that like I don't like, because I feel like if it wasn't something I wouldn't do for her, I feel like I would feel guilty or something. But like, it's kind of nice to have that connection. It's like you would do the same for me as I would do for you, because I know that like if she was going through a hard time, I would fly over and see her as well. And we, like, I have actually done something for her so it's kind of like we're both there for each other. And I think that's really nice about female friendships. Like, obviously I don't know that much about what male friendships are like, because I'm not a guy, but I know that like with my female friendships that we're always there for each other, like whenever there's a problem. I think that's really important.
That's good.
Yeah. Do you prefer hanging out like one-on-one, or do you prefer hanging out with groups? Like with female friends, would you prefer to hang out with like a big group of people or one-on-one?
I get really overwhelmed, whether it's male friendships or female friendships. Regardless of the situation, I get overwhelmed in a group of people.
Yeah.
I think if you ever notice, like I tend to be very quiet, even like in a whole group of people. But like when it's one-on-one, I get to spend that quality time together with the person, because it's like when I'm with you, it's like I know, like we do this particular thing together, and it's like it's good time, because it's like you tell me what you've been doing, I tell you what I've been up to, and it's like we just catch up on a more personal level. Then in a group, for me, it's just like I tend to be more quiet, and it's like, is it really?
Yeah, I feel like I'm the exact same. Unless I'm in like a really high energy, high confidence day, that I might be like, or if it's my birthday or something. But
oh yeah.
But yeah, you would probably be the same on your birthday too, right? But
not really, actually.
No?
I wouldn't have. Girl, you had a whole party going on. I don't know what I would do. If I invited that many people, I don't know what I would do, to be very honest.
I'm not gonna lie, like I had maybe 30 people at my birthday, and I spent most of the time talking to the person next to me, because I was overwhelmed by the amount of people there. I was like,
the only thing I said to you that day was happy birthday, and I don't think we talked much.
No, we also didn't know each other like super well.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair. Yeah.
But I do remember having that many people there, and I was like, like on one hand, I felt like so happy that like all these people had showed up for me, and it made me feel like really loved.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, I was just like, okay, there's loads of people over there. How do I talk to everybody? Because I'm like you, I'm a very like one-on-one person. Like I'm much better at like having personal conversations with people, rather than like I'll talk to you for a bit and then I'll talk to you and then I'll talk to you.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not so good at that. I'm better like one-on-one. So I basically spent most of the like at least the first like 2 hours of the night talking to my Turkish friend who was sitting right next to me. So
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I feel like most of my friends now as well, like in Turkey especially, are like people I've met one-on-one. And I'm always saying that like I never have like a big group of people really, like it's always like one-on-one friends, because I think I just kind of prioritize bonding with people
one-on-one
more than like having loads of people around me. For me that's important. And for me I'm just better at that than because I'm also kind of shy if I'm around big groups.
Really?
Because you know me one-on-one, that's the thing. Or you know me in small groups when I'm comfortable. If I'm comfortable with every person in that group, I'm okay. But like I'm way more comfortable one-on-one. Like one-on-one, I could talk to a wall. Like I could talk to anybody one-on-one. Like blah 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 blah. Like anything. But like if you put me into a group of people I don't know, I'm gonna be like, what's my name? It's I just get a bit shy. that that made me really nervous. The first time I decided I was going to start teaching, I was nervous about that, and I kind of just did it because I was like, this is my job. I gotta do it.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I also, it's not just about the shyness, but I think I just actually prefer hanging out with people
one-on-one. Yeah, I feel like you get to bond and know the person even better, like one-on-one, that in a group of people, because it's like some people don't usually also feel comfortable talking in a whole group of people, so it's just like one-on-one walks. That's
and
just that.
Yeah, I absolutely agree, and like what you're saying about like some people don't feel comfortable. Like I've had groups of friends before where I didn't really know everybody in the group, and then over time you start talking to people one-on-one, and then you realize, oh, that person feels the same as me, or like we kind of bond in the same way, and then you get closer to them. And I feel like there's something nice about having those close relationships.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you've learned from a female friend? Any like big important things, essential things in your life that you've learned from a female friend?
Do you want to start?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
okay. I would say I think one of the biggest things I've learned from female friends is that it's okay to be emotional. And I can't say that that's not something that I've never learned from guys, because I haven't spent that much one-on-one time with guys to be like, that's something that they've given me in a friendship too, or not.
Yeah.
But like with females, like I remember having a conversation with someone I worked with one day, and I was like, oh, I just kind of want to hide the fact that I'm emotional, and she's like, but you are emotional. Like it's just like, but you are, like, and she just didn't even realize that it would be something that should be hidden. It's like, but it's okay, this is who you are, you shouldn't have to hide that, you are emotional. And another thing is having self-respect and knowing your boundaries. I feel like that is something I have learned from women.
Yeah.
And that is something probably you've taught me.
Really?
Yeah, you have. Yeah.
Me?
No, you have taught me that.
Okay.
Like, yeah, for sure. Like, you've taught me how to be like, no, you don't need this. This is what you need. Yeah. And it's just like, stop selling yourself short. This is what you need.
You're a pretty baddie. Like, why would you sell yourself short?
I don't know if I'm a baddie.
You are.
I'm too nice.
Baddie, her baddie friend. But yeah. The thing about the emotional thing, actually, like the way you mentioned, like male and female, it's like with females, it's like we are emotional beings already. So it's like it's easier for us to like be like emotional. Like it's okay to be emotional, and that's why you'll find like a female encouraging you to be emotional, and it's okay to be emotional.
It's more accepted.
For men it's like they're more logical, so it's like for them it's the logic that comes first, not the emotions that come first. So I
mean also the fact that like it's more accepted by society for women to talk about their emotions. But is there something that you've learned?
Actually, now that I've thought about it, it's like it's actually my best friend. Shout out to you. I hope she's watching. Anyway. Yeah.
Who's her best friend?
Please don't get me in trouble. Anyway, she knows. She really taught me about like accountability, like because coming from the point of view of like something wrong would happen, and it's just like I'd go quiet about it, and it's just like I will just like let it just phase out, which is not a good thing, like especially if you want to build like a long-term friendship. Because it's like you can just like, she made me comfortable enough to be like, you can come tell me if I did something wrong to you, and from there we can talk about it, and I can apologize, and I'll also get you to know like this is what you're comfortable with, this is something you're not okay with. And it's like something I never knew I had a problem with until like we spent like some time together. It was a long period of time. And it's like the place where we were staying at the time, it was just me and her, and it's like we had to like communicate, and it's just like, for me, it's like when something happens and it's not like something that's sitting well with me, I would just keep quiet, which was like eating her up, because it's like, why are you not talking to me?
Yeah.
And it's like, you can just like come and tell me this and this is not okay and this is okay, blah blah blah, and we'll just talk about it. And I feel like I'm practicing it, because like I learned that it's very important, because like being quiet and like not talking about it doesn't help.
Yeah, like keeping everything inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, that's a really big thing.
For me, that was a huge thing, because it's like I would, my family would say I would be quiet and just let it phase out, and like it would eat me inside. But now when I've learned how to like, I'm not there yet, like at communicating about it, but like the times I have tried it, it's like a weight lifted off my shoulder when I talk about it. So
because it's one of those things that like it makes you feel so anxious to like confront somebody and be like, this makes me uncomfortable, but then when you do it, you realize it's actually not that hard.
Exactly.
And I think that's something that everybody faces in their life, is that like it's very hard to actually to confront people about things.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's something I've also learned being a teacher, is that like you have to learn how to do confrontation properly.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you have to tell a class that they need to cop on.
I need to catch up. Yeah.
But it is hard though. But that's, that's another thing. I feel like with my female friends anyway, I feel like I've been able to tell them things, and we could have a conversation about it without it getting like heated or like turning into like an argument. Although like sometimes it's an argument, but like it always gets resolved.
Yeah.
But it's like to be able to confront people and for the two people to understand each other and then work from that, like I think that's really nice as well. And that's like a really nice thing I find about female friendships, is that like I've always been able to do that. There's been very few women that I've met that I've not able to be friends with or stay friends with. Like I think maybe I've been lucky with all the friends I've made, or all the women I've met in my life, is that like most of them have been very like open-minded, understanding, and kind of just easy to talk about the real things with. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. I think you're also kind of maybe drawn to the people that you're most like as well.
Yeah.
I think that you have similar traits too and similar values, so
true.
there's also that. Yeah. But it's definitely important to be able to talk.
How often do you talk to your female friends?
Okay, so going back to the whole like one-on-one friendship thing, I feel like I have a lot of one-on-one friendships. So some of them are in Ireland, some are in Spain. I have one friend in Australia. I have some friends in Turkey, and like the ones in Turkey, like obviously I talk to you every day, and we talk every day. But like I feel like that's normal when you're living in the same country as and I have one friend from work that I see her on the bus every day, so we text like almost every day as well. My friend, like I have really good friends from when I was a kid and stuff, and we probably wouldn't text maybe sometimes for like a month, 2 months, and then we might send each other like a really long message or a voice message, or we might call. The same with my other friends. Like, for example, when I was home in December, I saw one of my friends and I stayed with her for a night. We had like a girl sleepover.
Yeah.
It's really nice. And we hadn't really spoken properly in about 6 months. But then when we met up, everything was just normal, relaxed. Like, it was just like back to the norm, back to how everything was before. And it was, it was lovely. And I feel like it's also part of traveling, is that you don't really talk to people as much as you used to, and it's kind of because like you need to but you're busy and you have things to do in your life and you don't think about things every day, and like you might, like, do you ever get these thoughts in your head like that pop up, you're like, oh, I really want to contact this person today, I really want to talk to them, and then you go home and you forget, or you're tired and you're like, I don't want to talk to anybody. It's hard. It's like living two lives almost. So some friends I would say every day, some friends I would say maybe every month, every couple of months. Like it, for me, it doesn't make a difference to like how important the friendship is.
Yeah. For me, it's like just like you said, but the thing is, like with adult friendship, it's also like a difficult way to navigate through things, because it's like, in as much as like you'd have the thought to call this person and you actually do call them, they might be busy with whatever is going on with their life. So it's like they will tell you like, oh, I'll call you back, and then it'll be like, okay, you wait for the call, and then they won't call back, and then maybe after 3 weeks is when they're calling back, and then catch up. So it's just like, with adult friendships, it's like it requires like a lot of intention to even like talk, and it's like when it pops up on my mind, I try my best to just call them at this spot of the like at that moment if I can, because I know my memory too. It's like there's a whole lot going on, like school, work, extracurricular activities. You need to still exercise. You need to do all these other things. So it's just like, when the moment it just crosses my mind, I'm like, I'd rather just call them at that time, even if we'll have like a 2-second conversation, like, hi, how are you good, and we'll talk later, good. So it's just like, it could be,
that's a really good one actually, because my friend says to me a lot, like, she's like, oh, I really wanted to call you, but like I'd be afraid you'd like be busy or something. But I'm like, honestly, if I was even in work, unless I'm in the middle of a class, if I was in work, if I saw like my phone ringing and your name popped up, I would be so happy to answer the phone. I'd be like, oh my god, like, is this person, like, I haven't talked to her. Like, I would answer and be like, oh, it's so nice to hear from you. Like,
exactly.
And then I'd probably be way more likely to schedule a call, like a long call.
So happy International Women's Day to the women in our lives and the women out there spreading love.
If you would like to celebrate with us, like, subscribe, and share. See you next time. Bye.